welcome to Stuck in the Middle. It is our second session of our happy hour episode, and we loved Samuel so much,
So much.
our guest, in our last episode that we made him stay for an additional,
Just hanging out, chatting.
just for fun, because you know what? We don't get many men on our podcast, so this is our time with Samuel, our guinea pig. How about that?
That's right.
All right, so we are Traci and Julie, stuck in the middle.
We ain't young, but we ain't dead yet.
No, we ain't dead yet.
Right, Samuel? We're not dead yet.
Not at all.
I'm 1 foot in, but 1 foot out. Well, mine's in a spaceship after the last one. I mean, I'm just hovering over
Because she has that face,
going up.
Samuel.
Yeah. All right, so this is unscripted, but
Totally.
we're just
Your
going to do
favorite.
a question and answer session with a younger man. I only have daughters. Julie has a son and a daughter, but so I don't. In your house, your poor mother, who is the sweetest woman I've ever met.
Kindest one.
I call her an angel on earth, by the way.
She is.
And she has the
sings
voice
like
of an
one,
angel.
see?
I've always told her that. You do too,
too.
and so does your dad,
do
by the
too.
way, yes.
Okay.
For those of you that don't know Chef Samuel, he gave his website on our last edition. But Samuel, if you don't know him, you need to, because he is what I call a party in the box. Because he knows how to cook deliciously. He knows how to bartend like a killer. Better than Tom Cruise in Cocktail.
Wow, like a rock star.
He knows how to play music. He knows how to sing. So he's our party in the box.
He's the total package, girls.
All right, so
Well, thank you.
having said that, as a young man dating in today's world, and you've been around the block a time or two, what characteristic, what characteristic in a young person stands out to a young man that's trying to find a future?
Like, what does
what
he
is it
find
that- I'm just
charming
curious,
about
yeah.
somebody?
So wait,
Ooh.
someone who's
Well-
trying to find a future
Oh,
would be looking for certain things, and someone who's looking for something else would be looking for other things.
that's not talking riddles.
Okay.
We're not doing riddles on this
What?
thing.
We're asking
So
I'm
you
sorry.
just gotta say it.
I'm so nervous
Don't
about
get
this
it in-
conversation because
don't
I'm
get
like,
it in
where
your
is this
head.
gonna go?
Yeah.
Well, it needs
What
to
am
go
I about
south.
to divulge?
It needs to go south.
Listen.
No.
I'll talk about
You're
anything.
hanging with us.
I'm just nervous about what I'm gonna.
Your
make
mom has
public.
how many sons?
4.
Okay.
Do you
And you're the
think
baby?
anything
Do
would
you-
surprise her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Mary?
No. And
No.
she's married to your dad? No. Absolutely
No,
not.
no.
Seen it,
Just
done it, bought the
relax.
t-shirt.
You're in
Yeah.
good hands here.
I'm
Okay,
relaxed.
so back to what's, like, if you were a young person, like if I was young and trying to find me a man, what quality do I need to have to stand out amongst all the craziness of these young people doing all kinds of crazy
Oh,
stuff?
I see. You want that side. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
It's hard to. I can only tell you what I would look for because it's totally subjective,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Because we're
Everybody's
all
got
so
their
different.
thing.
We're all so different,
What do you look
and
for?
the things that I look for are definitely different than things that
Your friends look for.
my friends look for.
Right.
What do you
Right.
look for? An alien head?
No, but I would like someone to not get upset if I start talking about something weird like aliens, right?
Yeah.
Someone who
Can
Get
have
you.
that.
someone who can talk
Can
is
have
that's
that
a big
deep
Out of the
big
box.
thing for me.
conversation. Yeah.
Deep conversation
Yeah.
or just good conversation,
Mm-hmm.
right? I
Right.
look for people who seem to be trustworthy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Absolutely.
It takes some making some mistakes to get that like gut feeling about who you can trust and who you can't. And
Mhm.
31 now, I think
And being
it's a
loyal.
lot better than it was when I was
Mhm.
in my 20s.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
So true.
And it depends where you are. Like I live here now, or outside, in the country
Yeah.
now, outside of town. I was living in Miami Beach before that.
And you do
And-
adapt to your surroundings, don't you?
Oh, you
Isn't
do.
it funny how I can see how people's values change? How, like I said, if I lived out west, I would be a tree hugger. Absolutely no. I would be the
Oh.
person throwing myself in front of the cars, saving the trees.
Yeah.
I don't live there, so I can't
believe
wrap
that.
my brain around it. But when I'm out there, I'm like,
You get it.
I get it.
Well,
Yeah.
I
and that's
get it.
I
Well,
think that's
total
important.
different scenery, right?
And
Total
values
different.
and different things that are important to you with where
Right.
you are living at the time.
Yeah.
It's a different deal.
Yeah.
Right?
I felt like a different person living in Miami. You adapt to the day-to-day
Yeah.
life. I mean, the first thing I notice when I leave Miami is how I'm driving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're
I'm
not
driving-
as aggressive.
I'm driving. You guys cuss on here?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm driving like an asshole
Yeah.
when
That's
when
such a
I
bad-
leave
You're aggressive.
Miami,
You're
and I
aggressive.
don't even realize.
Cuss
it.
word alert,
Yeah.
asshole.
Who-
Cuss word alert, asshole.
So
We
I'm-
cuss. No
That's
biggie.
such a bad one.
Asshole?
Asshole.
Oh God, here we go. Go ahead.
on TV
Samuel.
they only bleep whole.
Ah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
okay.
Well,
Which
that's
I don't
weird.
know.
So
Yeah.
Why not
when,
bleep
so
the
when
ad
you were
part?
leaving Miami, you were more aggressive.
Yeah, and
And
it's
you
not
come out
it's
here?
not that I became a more aggressive person when I lived there. It's that you have to drive that way
Yeah, to survive.
to not get cut off constantly.
Well, it's just
you
like-
have to be.
I can't do it.
Well, listen.
I don't have it in
Well,
me.
first of all,
I
driving
can't do
is
it.
like a very. We're not even going there because
That's one of my
that's our-
phobias. It's
that
one
we've
of our
talked about it.
things.
That's one of my panic attack moments is
too.
behind the wheel of a car.
Oh,
Like on 95, forget it.
But
oh yeah.
I can't.
But can I just say this?
Go
So I
ahead.
drove up to see Mike a few weekends ago, 4th of July weekend, the weekend before, in Georgia, by myself. And I'm sorry, in today's world, that's kind of a big deal for me because
That's
I
a
don't do
big
a lot of
deal.
long. I drive every day an hour here and there, but like now that's my hot button, my panic button. So I drove to Georgia and I talked to Mike and I go, he goes, where are you? I'm like, I'm in Orlando. He goes, how fast you gonna go? Well, I'm going 80 right now in Orlando in construction. And he goes, you need to slow it down. I go, no, what you don't understand, I get it because I tell him that all the time when you hear somebody's on the road, like, you need to slow down. If I slow down,
You're
I
good.
will get run over. I am keeping up with traffic. I'm keeping
Yeah.
up with the pace.
Yeah.
So
I don't
You
know.
have to
Point
drive
being is-
offensively.
I got it. Yeah, absolutely.
You have to
Down there.
match. You have to match the crowd. It's like when you just go to another example, just in general. You know, in Clewiston, you meet somebody or you run into somebody, and historically, you assume you know somebody that they know.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
naturally going to be nicer to them.
Yes.
But when you're in Miami, everybody's a stranger.
Yeah.
When you're in a big city, everybody's a stranger.
you're
So,
just,
I had that
It's not a
sort
matter
of
of not
small
being nice.
town
It's just, yeah.
naivete. Had to learn to be more assertive.
Yes.
And stand
Yes.
up for yourself more, which I was actually Miami. I owe that to Miami.
Do
I
you
needed
speak
that.
Spanish now?
So I've worked in a lot of kitchens and environments where I was the only
English.
Gringo.
English speaking, the only gringo.
Gringo.
Because I worked for Chef Lorena, and she's Venezuelan. Everybody that works for her speaks Spanish. Most of them speak English. But with her, I worked at the Univision network on the morning show Despierta America, which is
Uh-huh.
the Today Show on Univision.
Do you know how to do that? Kiki.
Oh Lord,
Can
do
you
it,
do that?
Samuel.
Kiki.
No, I don't know what.
Or can you go?
I don't know what you're.
Can you do that?
Oh, can I roll my tongue?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
See, he can.
Yeah, like that. So I was the only employee, as far as anybody knew, I was the only employee at the Univision building that didn't speak Spanish.
Oh, I believe
Wow.
it.
And actually, I loved it. It was great because I
You
only
could just
got
say,
the information I needed.
No habla español.
Yeah, I see. Like those who are in the States and don't want to learn English, I get it. Because you don't hear what's going. You don't get involved in other people's BS. You don't hear about the drama. You don't.
Yeah.
And those are things you think you want to hear in the moment. It's
But you
interesting.
don't really.
But in terms of
You don't.
All right,
Your
can we
life
fast
working?
forward through this conversation? Because
Yeah.
you're just buying up some airtime right now.
I'm sorry.
I mean, no, we're not talking about Spanish. Next question.
So what do I look for?
Into that, no, you just got off on a rabbit trail. You answered it kind of. We're moving on. We got to get deeper.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the younger generation, is it truly I'm truly asking this question. Is it truly normal that guys find it totally fine for girls just to be hanging out with other girls and doing things with other girls? Like, is that something that y'all really look into and really find appropriate? Would that be a girl you'd want to take home? I'm asking. I need to know these things.
So
Okay.
it's not.
I mean,
it's
like,
not uncommon, but it's not super common. At the
okay,
same
so
time.
again, you're being like politically.
I'm gonna get there. I have to. I have
Well,
to.
you take a long time. I mean, like,
I
we
know,
only have
I
a
know.
set
Okay,
amount of
but
time.
while we are talking
So-
about that subject, Samuel, excuse me for interrupting. Tracy,
Hmm.
you owe me a little apology, and we haven't gotten to that yet.
About Jelly Roll?
Yeah.
I know. Okay, I apologize. Actually, to you, number one, Jelly Roll. I'm gonna tag you in this. I don't know how to yet, but I'll get somebody to do
And
it.
Bunny.
And Bunny. Okay,
We love
so
Bunny.
and Julie. First of all, I know all of your music. Always have. I just didn't put Jelly Roll with the music.
Right.
So I love all of your songs. I have them
Do you like
downloaded
Jelly
and
Roll?
have
Yeah.
had them downloaded.
Yeah.
But now I do love you and your family, Bailey,
the whole
daughter.
story, just the whole.
Okay, but okay,
So
Jelly
she owes me
Roll,
an apology.
you already had your moment on our podcast. If Bunny would like to invite us, we'd love to come
We'd love to go to Bunny's podcast.
because I like me some Bunny too.
Me too.
But this isn't about Jelly Roll and Bunny tonight. This is about Samuel. And if he thinks girls
I guess
that
I
do
thought about
twosomes are like a thing.
threesomes.
So
No, twosomes with each other,
I.
like me and you. Mm.
If a girl had done that before, I wouldn't. It wouldn't be something that I would rule her out.
Like,
right?
Okay.
But I'm not interested in being in a
Shotgun.
non-monogamous relationship.
Right.
So
Right.
even if it's with another girl, it's considered not monogamous.
Yeah.
Wait, do you mean that I'm there too?
No.
Okay, yeah, then it's not monogamous.
Okay, let's pretend you are. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I wish I didn't
you're
say
there.
that.
Yeah.
I
would have asked.
Yeah, I mean, of course I would want to be a part of that, but it would depend on the relationship.
I didn't ask that question. I said, would that be somebody you want to take home and introduce to Mama?
Oh no.
No, so she wouldn't be marriage material. So basically, you're like every other man that wants to see it and all
No,
that
no.
and would never want to be a part of it. Well,
I
I mean,
think
maybe
that-
be a
I
part
think-
of it for a one night stand.
I think that if I'm bringing a girl home to mom,
You've moved past that.
let's say hypothetically that happened early on in the relationship. If I was bringing her home to mom, it wouldn't be happening in the relationship at that point.
time. Yeah.
So
There
you
would
would
be-
try to change her then.
There would no. I
So
would try and
basically, you try to change her personality.
No, I don't
No,
mean
I
that.
can't.
I don't mean
No.
that. I mean
Yeah.
that.
No.
Basically, yeah, she was a hoe when you met her. Now you're trying to get her not to be
Oh,
one.
Well,
A
no, it's not that. It's not that.
bisexual hoe.
It's not that. It's that if I'm bringing her home to mom, there's intention there, and it's that there may be a time in life for that sort of stuff. But if I'm bringing her home to mom, then I want to start a family. I want to build something with her, and I'm not
Yes.
trying to. I'm not trying to raise my kids in that world.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
But if someone had done that
I'm
at
killing
some
her.
point in their life, or if that happened, I can't believe. I hope my mom doesn't.
Oh
listen to
my
this.
gosh.
I know, but listen, I've never said this stuff. out
What?
loud before.
What have you said?
So you
Nothing.
don't
I've just-
have a
Like you're a typical
conversations
man?
like that.
Nothing?
Well, fair. I'm just.
Typical man. He said nothing. this whole time.
No, he did.
I'm
Did.
kidding you, Samuel.
No, it's fine.
Okay,
I,
so
keep going. Don't hold back.
So,
hold back.
what else? You ask a question this time.
Okay.
I got a question if y'all want.
What?
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
What do you think about online dating? How
Mm.
now it's all
Oh,
apps.
that's so good.
Okay.
Okay.
I am so glad he asked this question. You would have thought I paid him to ask this question.
Wow.
You know why?
Why you've been thinking about this?
Yes, and I'm going to tell you
me.
why.
Okay.
Because I watched a documentary the other night on Ashley Madison or whatever,
Oh,
the
yeah.
dating website. And I literally said to my husband, why not just go ahead and charge right out for that? Like when you're on Tinder and you're swiping left or swiping right, supposedly, literally when you're on Tinder, I don't know these things, I've never been on there. But from what I understand, forget Ashley Madison. That's a whole nother.
Yeah,
that's
I was
the
gonna
that's the
say,
affair website.
That,
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's not the
We were
same.
talking about friends of ours that are on Tinder, okay?
Okay.
Old married people that are divorced, and I guess they have a Tinder for the damn nursing home people that would be my age. I'm just saying. Like,
hell?
who's
They've got
swiping left or
all
right
ages on there.
What
on
the
this?
I mean, I can
hell?
show you.
Okay, but wait. Y'all have a very important point.
What is it?
Okay, so, well, first of all, if you're swiping left or right on this, then you're nursing home material. However, point being is that I told my husband, I was like, if I was going to do that and just give it away for free, sign me up for Ashley Madison. You can have all of this old alien body for $99.95 or whatever it is. Because at that point, why would you not charge? Because you are just slinging it and giving it away.
Wait, Ashley, what do you think Ashley Madison is?
Yeah.
That you get paid for. Tinder,
No,
you
Ashley,
don't.
Ashley Madison, you don't get paid for. Ashley
Oh
Madison.
yeah, that's an upscale one.
That's the
That's my
discreet
point.
one where people
For
like
married people.
go
It doesn't
on
matter.
there.
Yeah.
My whole point is if you're on Tinder and it's just literally because you want to just full on have a blowout that night, pay me for it then. I mean, if you're swiping left, go ahead and put $100 in.
So
At that
Well,
point,
baby, hopefully more than 100. But go ahead.
I don't know inflation, maybe. I don't know. Well, I'm 58 now. So
I think
I'm on sale.
Oh my
I
God,
think I see
Samuel.
your point of view, but it's not really like that.
Okay.
On
'Cause
Tinder,
I don't get it
and,
at all.
and I can
We
show
wanna
you
hear it. I
on
wanna hear it.
Tinder.
Like right now, could you have somebody come and meet you over here at my house?
uh,
Right now.
It's not happening.
Let me put it this way. You set it up and you set the perimeter, 1 mile, 5 miles, 10 miles. Well, when you're in a small town, the pickings are slimmer. So
Is it the same one
I
person
might be
with one, two?
able to
pickings.
find somebody who I could get to come over here right now. But
And what is the intention of that?
Sex.
Truly.
yeah,
I'm
but
asking.
people do use it like that. But look, when you create a
That freaks
profile,
me out. I'm sorry.
no, but when you create a profile, you put on there
Freaks
looking
me
for long-term relationship, looking for friends.
Who
looking
in the
for
hell would put
short-term
that on
relationship.
Tinder? I'm looking for a long-term relationship.
no,
with
no.
a
Tracy,
swipe
some
left
people
and right.
use it for a date like
But
that.
this is how
I'd
you
say-
meet. This is how you meet people.
I would say I'm looking for the big one.
Big what?
The big one. Call it what you want.
Well, if you put that out there, I'm sure you'll be able to have people show up.
Yeah,
Whatever
I
you
thought
want.
that's what Tinder was for. Swipe left
It
or right.
does open up that possibility.
I mean,
But
if I'm gonna waste my time.
most people, girls aren't. It's not safe, right? For girls to just go and meet a
Yeah.
person somewhere, and most girls don't.
So then
do
you go to a
that.
stranger's house?
No. What it is it's a way you meet people. If there's a mutual attraction, if you both swiped right,
But
and
do you
match.
think people put their real pictures on there?
Oh yeah.
That's another question.
Well,
I
so
have
you
about
can
it.
verify your profile. So if you want, it to work, if you want
Mhm.
girls to trust that you're not someone that
serial
you're
killer like Ted
yeah,
Bundy.
and you have to send them a picture of your ID, and you have to send a picture of your face, and then they will put a check mark that says verified, and they compare the ID photo to your
Well, I
photos.
could have murdered you and been using your identification. I watch Dateline NBC.
True, but what you
Me
do
too.
is
I mean, I could be Julie Collins right now. Nobody'd ever
Well,
know if you got out of this house.
You have told people.
That I'm Julie. I've introduced myself in front of her as Julie, and I'm like, why am I saying
And
I'm
know,
Julie?
there she saw it.
I'm Tracy.
I'm Julie.
And it was the honest, it's a long story.
Long story.
no
okay.
worries. So but
Maybe some drinks.
there are people that use it and they meet up and they screw in a parking lot somewhere or whatever. But that is not most of it. I know people who what it is it's just a way to start the conversation.
Because you look
people-
pretty or you look cute.
Well, you look pretty, or you know, you
But
post
they're
your interests. You
interested
post
in your
pictures that
interests.
kind of show who you are.
There are
Right?
real relationships that come out of these.
It's
I
just
do
a
know
it's
some
just a way to
that
get
have gotten
get your
married
foot in
and-
the door.
And
Yeah.
it's lasted.
From Tinder?
I don't know about Tinder.
No, well, I'm
Tinder-
specifically talking about Tinder.
Well, I don't know.
I'm
So
not talking
Tinder-
about meetyourfarmer.com and marryanalien.com. I'm not talking about all those websites.
So
Yeah.
there's sort of a hierarchy, right?
Okay, Tinder's at the
There's
top
an
of like
assumed-
Slummyville, right?
Well, there's sort of an assumed hierarchy that's like the you could it correlates like the maturity of the relationship that you're looking
And
for.
where would we be?
This is unofficial, but this is kind of how people see it.
Okay,
Right?
so what's at
Tinder-
the top?
Tinder is the most casual.
Bottom of the pyramid.
Well, Tinder is like if you're
Slummyville.
looking
It's
to
just
if you're
Slummyville.
looking to hook up.
If
Tinder
you just
is-
want to just get your groove on for the night, you go there.
But I also know people who met their husbands and wives on Tinder.
Okay, well, that would be an issue for me, I believe. Because I just could not
I-
even tell somebody I
Because-
met him on Tinder. I'd have to lie.
I think that I understand
lie.
that point of view, and it used to be that way, but now
I
it's
don't see
totally
it that
normalized.
way, right.
It's not. It's
Okay,
not
well, I'm
like
just saying
a-
I'm charging. If I'm giving it out that easily, give me money for
But
it.
he's
It's
talking
not a
about
scandalous
something.
thing though.
different.
Most Tinder is mostly just like a way to make the process easier. People don't interact like they used to.
I know, weird.
Right? People
That's
sit on their
weird,
phones. People
right.
aren't.
That's weird.
People aren't going out and meeting each other. At
Well, now
bars
we have
like they used to.
artificial intelligence, so
Oh, we
you can
do
just
a
go ahead
whole
and screw a
podcast on-
damn.
we could do a whole podcast
robot.
on just that.
So
The
I wanna
perfect
get
robot.
Back to
So,
what's
back to
what's
the-
the tier.
Back to
Artificial
the
intelligence
hierarchy.
is the top
You
one.
got Tinder at the bottom, and these are the main ones because
What's
there's
at the top?
tons. You got Tinder, and then Bumble, and the
Mhm.
difference between Tinder and Bumble is if you match with a girl on Bumble, they have to message you first. So if I match with a girl, I don't have the
So no
ability-
gender equality on Bumble.
Well, Bumble is supposed to.
It's not gender neutral at all. Then
No,
girls
it's
get the
not.
advantage.
It's not, yeah, and it's
Yeah, that's what it
supposed
seems
to it's supposed to mitigate some of these safety concerns, because they are valid concerns. But the thing is, they're no different than the concerns you have when you meet somebody at a bar.
Hello.
What's
Well,
the
I'm
difference
inviting
between?
Ted Bundy into my home. Come on over, Mr. Tinder. Let's
Yeah.
just get Tinder and.
But Ted Bundy
Ted
Bundy.
didn't need Tinder to meet people. What's the difference between meeting a stranger on your phone if you meet them in person for the first time
Gut
in a
feelings.
public place? But then you don't just go and screw somebody. You go and you meet them at a restaurant or a bar and you hang out.
That isn't what I hear about it, but okay.
Well, that's not what I
I
do.
don't know. I'm not on
Okay,
Tinder.
That's what I'm saying.
so
It's-
okay.
There are like some people that do that, but the majority, it's just normal dating. It's just a way to get the foot in the door.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so
So
you
the
got
Bumble-
Tinder, then you got Bumble.
Bumble, the girl has to message you first. You still have to match, but then the girl has to message you first. Which I want to say right now, there are expectations that are put on guys for
Yes.
being clever with our opening line. You know,
Don't, I hope you're not cheesy.
you can't just.
I hope you're not
I am not
cheesy.
about to expose any of my lines.
Oh, we want to hear something.
Like, I need to
cheesy.
know
I
what your
try and
intro says
tailor
on
them.
Bumble.
I try and tailor them to the
Do you
individual.
say I'm Chez Samuel? I'm a party in a box, baby.
No.
That
You
would
want to
be
hear?
cheesy.
You want to hear my?
I'm a
Yes,
party in a
let's
you
box.
want to
hear
hear
it.
my bio? All right, let's
Yes,
see.
let's
You
hear
can
it.
hear it? Is it for the hearing impaired too?
He's gonna tell us.
No, I'm gonna
his
tell it to you.
bio.
I'm gonna tell it to you. I've got my
Jesus
profile
Christ.
right here.
Put it down.
Oh my God, this is This is
Okay, go ahead.
This is so embarrassing,
cook
but
for
I'm
you.
gonna lean in. I'm just gonna
Just
put it
tell
out
us.
there.
I'm gonna let you know what
Honestly,
I think.
I'm like I'm single currently, so if
Okay.
anything, this will just get me more exposure.
Exactly.
Right?
Okay,
Right.
go.
Right,
What
right.
does it say?
I'm a private chef with an abnormal life.
Mm.
I'm into good live music of almost any kind,
Mm.
new restaurants, nature, unique adventures, intellectual conversation, and dumb humor. And I think ambition is sexy.
Mm.
Oh, I like it.
That's my bio.
I like
I
that.
like that.
Right?
That's
And that's
good.
my Tinder bio. I
Okay.
use Tinder and Bumble.
So, do you have any hits right now? Like swiping left or right?
Like you wanna
Well, we can't show
participate?
anybody.
No, but we can.
No.
We can show. I could show you, but not the camera.
Hold on, I'm old. I can't see.
Yeah, we
Okay.
gotta put our glasses on, Tracy.
Okay, let's
Okay.
not say any names.
We're not saying
I don't
any
have
names.
my
Tracy, do not
radius.
say any names.
I was in a big city recently, so I turned the radius down.
Okay, absolutely not.
Not my type.
That's a no. That's a hard no. That's
Okay.
another
Wait,
hard
hang on.
no.
I just swiped right though. I meant to swipe left.
That's
on her.
another hard no for me. Mm-mm. No,
Let's
ma'am.
Wait, hang on. We gotta look through her pictures.
Okay, no. Nope.
She's a little too young for me.
No. Be gone.
Oh,
That's
we'll roll that one out.
Again, why are they always dressed like in nothing?
Okay, some you can tell what
Like,
they're looking
okay. Okay, so that proves my whole point.
for. Well, let's see.
Keep going. Can we have one in
Long-term,
clothes?
Open to short. She's got no information on here, but you know what? She's not verified.
Okay.
You don't know that that's her. So I would be willing to bet that that's some guy
He's
in
a
China.
Catfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of that, and it's pretty easy to tell when it's
Yeah.
fake.
Catfishing.
See, I don't like the way they're.
This
provocative
one
right
is
now.
from close to me.
Oh well, no,
Oh my God, there are girls who are like,
no,
be so nervous.
no,
Yeah, not my type.
Wow.
no.
You know.
You see some of the funniest,
Oh.
most ridiculous things on here.
I feel like I know her. I know her.
You don't.
Mm-mm. I haven't seen one yet. Just letting you know. If I saw my daughter come up on there, I swear to God, I would die.
She's not on there.
But
I don't
Hayden
think.
was on there
Aren't they
one
all-
time.
Yeah, but aren't they in relationships?
Yeah,
now?
but Hayden was on there at one time because she did bring some guy home that she met on there, and I was like, oh, well,
But
okay.
it's just.
But he was very feminine.
You're
Ooh,
just-
I gotta watch myself.
You're just meeting on there. All you're doing is meeting. It's
To me,
no
when you're on there,
different-
it says I'm meeting and
No, it's not like that at
He's
all.
telling you it's not like that.
It's not like that.
okay.
For some people, it's like that, but for some people, it's
It's
like that at a
fine.
bar too,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
I
would
think
like to
so.
know how I would need to act in this young world of dating. How would you act?
I
Like
assure you,
Like a.
I assure you, you would thrive.
Mm.
Because what this does, it cuts out a lot of wasted time and effort. It makes it easier.
Well, yeah, you don't have to imagine what they look like with clothes off because you already got that picture
Okay,
right
well-
up on there.
Most girls have their clothes on in their photos. Usually there's
Ba-
one bathing suit picture.
Barely.
Okay, so we're at Bumble. Where are we
And then
going?
the next level is Hinge.
But she's a girl on Bumble.
What's it?
Hinge.
Oh,
Oh wait, hang on. I was making a point earlier.
the hierarchy.
Girls message you first on Bumble, and there's high expectations on guys. Like you have to open up with a clever line. You
Oh
can't
my
just
God.
say.
Yeah,
You
they
can't
got-
just
it's
say,
gotta
"Hey."
catch
Okay,
their-
I
You
can't
can't
stand
say,
that.
"What are you
It's
doing
gotta
tonight?"
catch their attention.
But I want to
Yeah.
state now for the world that girls need to step their game up because I'm really getting tired of this double standard where they can just say hey to me.
I like
Hey, I need if you're gonna start it.
What do you want to say? Hey,
You could say
hey, you
you
cook
could
big
say
meat?
something completely robotic if you just start a conversation.
I do big meat, do you?
Wait, what did you?
that.
You're a chef. You cook.
Right.
That's all.
She just said, I cook big meat. Do you?
Oh.
Now, that's a cheesy line because, dear God, Tracy.
Wait. You should see my pictures because the pictures will
Would
show
not.
you.
Would not say what she just said, right?
Well, no, the pictures the pictures are how you get an idea of
Sure.
the person. So like you try and show things
Oh.
that show like
Like your
who you are.
interest, who you are.
Yeah.
Aw, I love
like
that.
that.
I love that.
Yes.
I would click on you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, see?
I love that.
So
See, I like that. It's
So,
diverse.
so,
But it's not all bikinis and you didn't have on a damn pair of
most people post
skivvies.
pictures like I posted. A lot of the trashiest stuff. There's trashy people out there, but there's a lot of catfishing and
That's so disgusting.
and funny business. But that's just part of our reality now.
I know.
That's,
It's sick. That's
it's
the
hard,
sick
but
side to me.
but
Sad.
it's girls know they're you know they have their safety in mind.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
They better.
girls
I would.
girls
I'm
You
sorry.
better believe it.
like
It's
I don't
okay,
Cold.
Tracy.
I'm
You're
sorry.
I don't meet a girl on
She's
there.
gonna go get your blankie.
I don't meet a girl on there and say, hey, come out to the farm where I live and let me cook in the middle of
Yeah.
nowhere and cook you
Yeah.
a meal.
Yeah.
And expect.
Let
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you
Come
drive?
out to the middle of nowhere and I'll cook you.
Come to
That
this
would be
property where I live
frightening.
in the woods. Yeah.
Knowing
Like,
where you live.
Well, first of all, you
don't
can't
know.
even find it on GPS.
It's out there, yeah.
Serious.
So
Well, you
that's
meet them in a
normal, but they know
motel
that.
here in town.
You meet
But if,
you meet them in person. You meet them in a public place. You meet at a restaurant.
Nobody appreciates my sense of humor.
we do. Go.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
I said you meet them at a motel here in town. I did not say hotel
Oh.
because we are in
Oh,
we's in Clewiston.
oh,
It's at the Waldesa Resort,
oh,
The motor lodge.
the motor lodge.
wowzer.
We're motoring.
No, but you're gonna meet them at a restaurant or a bar
Right, in a
or
public
museum.
place.
Yeah, you always meet in a public place,
Uh-huh.
and
Motel.
you have as much time as you want to get to
Motel.
know them, and
Motel.
it does happen.
Motel.
But I think most people
motel,
just
Holiday
it's just
Inn.
how you get your foot in the door, because
I'm
like, for
sure you
me,
get more than your foot in the door.
Samuel, this is what I deal with right here.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay,
so
go ahead. Switch the subject.
We
please.
want okay. So
Go.
So wait, the next level is Hinge.
I'm over the levels. Get
No,
to the
but
top.
Hinge-
Get to the
hear.
top level.
If your daughters are on an app, you want them to be on Hinge.
Okay.
Because Hinge requires you to
Do a background check.
no, it's just that Hinge like requires you the way you have to engage, you have to respond to prompts. Like it gives you sort of guidance. What does that mean? How do I explain this?
Mm.
Hinge, it just seems to be a more mature
Well, when I think of Hinged, I think of
people are
unhinged.
on there looking for more serious things.
See,
now
I
these
think
are not
they're
like
crazy.
officially measured things. This is just kind of how people
Gut
see it
feeling.
overall.
Just a gut
Overall,
feeling.
Right.
it's like the common.
Yeah, it's like if you
Right.
like
Yeah,
Twitter,
people see it.
Facebook, or Instagram.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, exactly.
So okay, so what's the top one? I need to know that, just in case.
Hinge is the most sophisticated.
Okay.
The dates, the girls that I've met on Hinge, the dates that I've been on from girls on Hinge, when I
Are
lived in
nicer.
Miami, it's just Hinge kind of forces you to be a little more intentional about what you're looking for in the way, like you have to fill out the profile.
Mm-hmm.
So they just, I don't know, it just seems to, they seem to be a level up.
Do you feel that the girls you meet on any of the websites truly match the description that they've given in their bio?
Or what's the percentage?
I would say that the bio matches pretty often.
But
now
the
pictures, now, but granted,
Mm-hmm.
my pictures are all great pictures, and there are times
Mhm.
when my beard doesn't look like it does in those pictures,
Mhm.
and
Right.
I'm a few pounds heavier than I was in those pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And
We all
I'm
do
like,
that. I mean,
I
yeah.
think I overthink it a little bit because I'm like, oh, these are the best pictures I have. Like I'm gonna show up, but it's no one's ever like looked at me and been like, ugh,
You're not
you
the
know?
guy in the profile.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's never
those
happened.
are your pictures.
Have you
what
ever
happens
done that
is
with
you show
somebody?
up and they're a lot of times if
Just
I want
say
to
it.
try, yeah, you can tell a lot of times girls are really
Filtered.
manipulating. Filters are a big red flag for me.
Yeah.
And filters are hard to spot now a lot of times. But if you look at all the girls' pictures and she has the same like makeup and there's certain things are the same in every picture, you can tell. But they're really hard to spot. And they
I don't
will
know how to do filters, so
I don't know how to do
Oh,
obviously you
either.
can tell on
listen
here.
with a filter. Like you can take a dog and turn it into
A
a
beautiful
show
kitty
girl.
cat.
Yeah, it is
The prettiest
it
kitty cat
is-
you've ever seen.
It's a little scary, but I've never had any like
Crazy.
serious discrepancies there.
Mhm.
You know, they might be a lot taller, a lot shorter, a few pounds heavier, different hair
Mhm.
color, things like that. But I've never like shown up and been like, "Whoa,
I don't know who
I'm
this
getting
is.
out of here."
Yeah, I'm out.
I didn't sign
Yeah.
up for this. No,
Well, it's
that hasn't happened
because
yet.
Yeah.
you do Hinge. Or is that
Well,
just
I'm not on Hinge right
necessarily
now. It's
all
not
of
as useful around here. Well, none of them are very useful around here.
What about farmersdaughter.com?
Farmers only.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never been on there.
Why?
Do you think that's for older people?
No,
That's
I think
why?
it's where people like us would be.
No, I think farmers
would.
only is for people
That are in
that are
farming?
in like.
No, agricultural, like rural.
I'm
That's what
thinking
I'm
like
talking
I'm
about.
thinking
Like
like
real
people in
people?
North Dakota and like we're out in the country, but we're only an hour away from cities.
It doesn't matter. I feel like that. Like I can be cityfied, but I'd be on farmersonly.com.
I think farmers
I
only.
do not. You do
no.
not own a pair of tennis shoes, so you think you're gonna
Tracy,
get on
you're Hinge
Farmer's
material, I'm
Daughter?
sorry.
I am telling y'all right now,
You're
I'd
gonna
be
get
on
on
far.
Farmer's
I'd take a full page ad out right
Listen,
She
now.
I
does
know
not
you
have
can. You
tennis
can't
shoes.
take the coolest out of the girl, but I'm sorry, you're Hinge material.
I don't know.
There you
I don't
go.
know. I might be hinged farmers only.
No, farmers only house wouldn't look like your house.
No, my gosh.
You got style. Farmers only. That's where you.
Are you trying to
That's
say to
where
all
you
these women on
find-
farmers only they don't have style?
No.
Shut your mouth
No,
up.
I'm just saying they're more likely to dip.
Well, you know,
You know,
I
they're more
haven't-
likely to have a Copenhagen, skull
I haven't
ring
done
on
that,
jeans.
but
Oh,
That's what you find.
wow.
I mean, I'm assuming that's what you find on
well,
farmers
see, that's
only.
an assumption, and you
Well,
even
just
said
like you've assumed
and you
about
said-
all these others.
all I didn't assume. I just said if I was going to be on there, I'd charge money for the shit. That's all I'm saying. I mean, listen, you do you, I do me. You give it out for free, I don't.
There are girls
Like,
on there
I
that only
promise
do it
you.
to get free dinners.
Well, I'm gonna get more than that.
I know.
I'm not getting a dinner. I'm
Really?
getting money.
There
And
are girls and they
okay,
talk about it too.
Do they always assume the guy's gonna pay?
That's actually something I look for. I always plan.
This is stressing me out.
I always plan to pay.
Mm.
I always plan to pay.
But if somebody
But
mentions
if they are like given this sort of energy, like, oh, you better pay for this
Mm.
meal, or like, let me see what you're about to do here. Like that to me is a big
turn
red
off.
flag. It's
Yeah.
a big red flag. Well, you gotta also keep in
Mm.
mind, my perspective is built. You know, I see it through the lens of all these experiences I've had with really wealthy people and cooking for them, and seeing there's a certain like a gene, a money hungry gene that when you're around it a lot, you really can. I feel
Hone
like
in
you can
on it.
identify it.
Like, what are the traits of that?
Just like
What do you pick up on if you see that? You don't have to mention names, but
No,
just
no,
like,
no.
you
No,
know,
he's not.
just
even though we'd like to know off camera.
think of it like this. It's like the people who. It's the same thing that causes people to buy the most expensive option just because it's the most expensive option.
Yeah, I got
Right?
you.
The same type of thing that, you know, to me, like those qualities,
I can't stand them.
what comes with that,
I just read an article
it's
about that
closed-mindedness, it's
I can't stand
insecurity,
it.
it's insecurity.
It's
At its root,
insecurity.
at its core, it's
Honestly,
insecurity.
You're right.
I agree.
Because, well, for you know, one of the things I've been fortunate to be around some extravagant wealth at the highest level,
Uh-huh.
and you get this sort of gut, like a radar for it, and like real money doesn't show up with a logo on its bag. You
Right.
know,
No, totally get it.
there's those who really have money, and there's those who really want people to think they have money.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Real money is subtle, just like confidence is quiet.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
And
Right.
and not that I look for real money or not, but I look for
Being genuine. Or,
genuine characteristics and
Right.
security, like confidence.
Absolutely.
Right.
Confidence in identity, right? And like in who
Just
they
own
are.
who
Just
you are.
being real.
Yeah, absolutely.
Being real, being able to be vulnerable.
Absolutely.
And that's hard to find. It's hard to find people where that matches up, because everybody, I think that we all kind of have a threshold for these certain qualities that we need, and finding people that align
Absolutely.
with that threshold.
Of course.
I think that we need someone who's like, everybody's insecure.
Yeah.
Their insecurity needs to
Yeah.
create balance with my insecurities.
Thank you.
Sure.
Right?
That's
Yeah.
a very good way of putting that.
That is a great
And
one.
I have to say, you hit the nail on the head, because for me,
Yeah.
with all of my friends, it's truly now about authenticity. Authenticity. Say it for me, Julie. Authenticity. Say it. Samuel, say the
what?
word.
Authenticity.
There you go.
Authenticity.
It's about that word. That word right there.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter what you have. If you are, and we've talked about this
Authentic.
many times on our podcast, at this stage of our game, we want somebody real. If
Like,
you're- yeah.
Just honestly, like for me, exactly what you just said. Show me what's not vulnerability,
Say it again.
but
Show me.
authenticity.
Authenticity, and being able to be vulnerable,
Just-
like an acceptable
yeah.
Just
amount.
whoever you are, we all have our little insecurities. I don't care how nice of a life you
better
have,
be-
how
Right.
good of a job you have, how nice of a car you drive. At the same, like my dad used to say to me, we all wake up and put our pants
Yes,
on one leg at a time.
Yeah.
And I mean, if people that don't forget that are blessed, because people that do, shame on them, as Pete Walker would say, shame on you.
Mhm.
I'm
Shame
just
on
not
ya.
always like
I can't
somebody.
stand that. That's
Like
my pet
somebody's
peeve.
wealth isn't necessarily going to impress me.
That doesn't impress me at all.
No,
So
no,
Never
yeah.
have.
No.
That
Never
just
will.
is not what impresses me. That person,
Their core of who they are
that
as a
impresses
person.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the wealth, it's what
Yeah.
led to it.
And
And
I
there's correlation there.
have to tell you, like one of my biggest pet peeves is, I call them hanger-oners. I don't know what you call them. Social climbers,
Moochers,
hanger-oners. Just people that try to like grab onto people. Like I might be a middleman because I hang out with a lot of very cool people that happen to have tons of money,
Yeah.
but it has nothing to do with money.
Yeah.
Nothing at
Yeah.
all to do with
Right.
money.
Yeah.
It's their personality. But I think sometimes new people I bring into my group see that as flashy and all that, and then all of a
Yes.
sudden they're running me over to try to get to that other person. I'm like, okay,
Well,
Yeah.
they're
you
not
keep
your
doing
true
you
friend,
because
honey.
it will backfire, because they're
Yeah.
with me not because of what they have, not because of what I don't have, but because we're good friends. So if you think that by you doing this, that, and the other, you're gonna one up it, think again.
Well, and I
Joke's
think
on you.
that people kind of naturally,
Boom,
that order
mic
kind of
drop.
naturally
Boom.
gets enforced.
Yeah.
The truth gets exposed in time with
Well-
people.
Again,
And-
what's my new saying tonight? I've said it 4 times.
Authenticity.
No.
Um,
Thieves. Something
Oh
about
yeah,
thieves.
something about
Something about
thieves.
honor amongst thieves.
Honor
No,
amongst
there's no
thieves.
honor amongst thieves.
Miranda, you gave me that quote earlier this week. No
So-
honor amongst thieves.
I've spent a lot of time around social circle you're referring to, and this is what instantly sets those two parties apart. The party full of people that are insecure and need to show their money, and those who may have money, but
And don't
that's
go too
not
fine-faced.
what bonds them. But they have certain things in common in life
Yeah.
where they relate, and
Yeah.
that's kind of how that organically came together.
Yeah.
So if you look at it from my perspective and going to events, the people who don't have fun, who walk around with sticks up their ass,
Uh-huh.
are the ones who are insecure and care
Yes.
too much about
And they
life.
do.
And the ones who
You're
have
right.
a good time and can let loose and can be
Right.
vulnerable and talk about
And be
difficult
yourself.
things and have real conversations.
Yeah.
But there's a certain level of wealth. Like when you get to a certain level, it becomes really hard to have those sort of relationships
People
anymore.
around you.
You don't know who's
And-
real and who isn't.
Right.
It's very hard
Which
to
is
Right.
sad.
distinguish.
That's sad to
It's
me.
like you see famous people.
Well, sure. They're
Yeah,
being
that's
used
sad.
by people.
Yeah, and
You just
your
don't know.
world, especially if you're at that level and you're an insecure person,
Yeah.
you're gonna just feed it
Well, you're
gonna
gonna
feed it. You're
assume
gonna
everybody.
surround yourself
Yeah.
with
I-
people that tell you what you want to hear,
Mhm.
Of course.
and that's
I'll
the
never
worst
have that
thing.
issue to worry
Me
about.
either.
So that's one problem I won't have today.
everybody needs someone in their life
Okay.
to tell them when they're being an asshole.
I wanna, yes.
Okay,
and
I don't know
check
what our
you.
time is though.
But
I think
I
we're
do
running
have
out.
a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Totally not about dating,
Okay,
okay? It's about music,
okay.
because I'm always about the music.
I know you are,
You
girl.
know.
Me too.
So, in your Spotify, right now, if you have Spotify, tell me what you like listening to.
I have really broad and
Me
eclectic
too.
taste
Me
in
too.
music. Like
Totally.
But what is your number? Like my
What's
number
your
one go-to
go-to?
song is "Tears for Fears." Everybody
I
wants to
love
rule the
that.
world.
I do love
I
that.
do love that
Everybody
song.
wants to rule
Mine
the
changes.
world.
Mine
Okay,
is
Fry.
constant.
Okay,
So
today.
these are my
Today.
genres. What did I listen? The last
Bob
thing I
Marley.
listened to before I came here
Yeah.
was a playlist of Outkast.
Love
rap group.
Outkast.
I love Outkast.
Early years of their
I
essentials
love the
playlist
Roses
on
or
Apple
Poo Poo
Music.
song.
Roses.
You think your shit don't stink?
And,
That is a yes on
yeah.
that.
A.T. Aliens album,
Yes.
the early Outkast.
See,
But before that, I was listening to
I like
a
that early
jazz fusion band.
okay.
Yeah.
Right? And I listen to all sorts of weird music, but I like every genre
I
if
do
it's like
too.
good. I look for
Me
I call
too.
it creative integrity.
Oh.
If it's unique, like the art of it, if it's unique and it has a
Yeah.
distinct sound, and then the craft of it, are they good musicians? If they're not good musicians, does it make sense? Like bands, like punk bands, they don't have to
Yeah.
be good musicians for it to be good music. The Velvet Underground,
Yeah.
like I like that too, but is it true to what it is?
Right.
Mhm.
That's what I look for. So there's like that's super vague, but like there's good
No, same.
versions of every
Same.
genre.
Same.
I
Oh,
like
me
house
too.
music. I like electronic music. I like classical music. I like reggae music.
It all.
I love Americana. Jerry Reed is like my favorite artist. He sang Eastbound and Down and made all these really
Yeah.
redneck
Yes.
songs.
I knew that.
But
he's
he
like
had that dog with the ears.
But he's like a
Smokey the
prodigy.
Bandit.
He's like a guitar prodigy, and he has albums where he's doing instrumental guitar that's like country and kind of bluesy and jazzy, and it's like incredible. But then I listen to I like Tears for Fears. I have
love it.
super broad taste,
Me
super
too.
broad taste.
Me too. I mean, and I like some Christian music too. I have a Christian playlist. Or
I love old gospel music.
Me
Yes.
too.
yes,
Old gospel music.
Me too.
that you can crank it in your car and you can feel it, cry it, everything, right?
Yeah,
These
it just
ones
brings back
down.
memories.
Big wheels keep on rolling. Dun, 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 dun,
Open
dun.
mic tonight. Well, I think that's all the questions I have. Samuel, we weren't too hard on you, were we?
No, it wasn't bad.
Oh my
I was
gosh.
nervous, but it was fine.
It
Yeah.
was so easy.
I know.
Please.
Well, we thank
I'm
you
just
for
please.
hanging with us.
I was thinking more about some conversations that I've had in the past, maybe at parties, and where they could have gone.
Where?
I don't know. We've just
What?
think about all the times we've interacted. Most of the
Yes.
time, it's been at parties.
Well, of
Yes.
course.
Well, back when Jenny and I started our catering business and you were a little boy, Samuel would work for
Oh, I know
us
it.
and help, and that's where yes. So
That's where it all started.
It's
That's
where
where
it
it all
all
started.
Yeah.
Your baby cakes,
my
honey.
baby cakes.
Strawberry.
Yes.
Some
Yes,
strawberry baby cakes.
Been there, done that. I don't want to ever cater again.
All right, so
Me neither.
I think we're done.
I think we
Yeah.
are, Samuel.
Thank you, guys.
Until
Thank
next
you.
week, what is it, Samuel? You take us away. Like us,
Oh, I don't remember.
Well-
Like us, follow us,
Love us.
love us,
share us,
share us,
And care us.
Care us.